Welcome everybody to lesson 3 of our square roots and surface area unit. Today we're going to be talking about the square roots of non-perfect squares. So when we have a number like 9 and we take the square root of it, well, we all know that the 3 would be the square root of 9 because 3 squared is 9. However, what are we going to do when we have something like the square root of 10? There isn't a whole number that we can square to give us 10. So, we can always get our calculator out and see what the calculator gives us. Square root of 10 is 3.1622, and again, this would give you an irrational number that would keep going on forever. And we can round this off to 2 decimal places, 3.16 in this case. So 3.16. But again, how can we do this without a calculator? Well, the best we can do is estimate, and so let's give that a try. So let's try the square root of 20 here. So what a good strategy here is to take the two closest perfect squares to 20. Let me write 20 here, and then a higher perfect square than 20 would be 25. And that's 5 squared. And on the other side of 20, on the lower side of 20, 16 would be the perfect square on that side. So we have our two perfect squares, and the square root of 16 would give us 4. The square root of 25 would give us 5. So our best estimate here of square root of 20 is probably going to be in between 4 and 5. So the method here, you just look at 20 and you just look at the numbers on each side of it, 16 and 25, and you take a guess here. 20 is in the middle, so probably the square root of 20 would be somewhere between 4 and 5. And in this case, I'm going to guess maybe 4.5. And all we're going to ask you to do is obviously guess to one decimal place here. It would be way too hard to guess to 2 decimal places. Let me go and get my calculator out here and check that. So the square root of 20 is 4.47. So very close, 4.47 to 2 decimal places. But again, if you're close enough, that's okay there. So 4.5 is okay. Okay, let's do another one here. So we have the square root of 50. The square root of 50, and again, the same method we can do here. So on each side of 50, the perfect squares on the high side would be 64, and that's 8 times 8, 8 squared. On the low side, we have 49, and that is 7 times 7. So when I take the square roots of those two numbers, I'm going to get 7 and 8. Now, 50 is not really right in the middle of 49 and 64. It's closer to 49 over here. So my estimate here is that, well, I know that the answer is going to be, the square root of 50 is going to be between 7 and 8, but is it going to be right in the middle or closer to 8 or closer to 7? Well, again, because 50 is closer to 49, my answer for square root of 50 is probably going to be closer to 7 here. So I'm going to say something like really close to 7, maybe 7.1. Okay, I'm going to check that on my calculator. The square root of 50 and 7.07. So it's even closer to 7 than I thought. So 7.07. Okay, but again, 7.1 is okay as well. Okay, so that's just a quick way of estimating square roots. There is a procedure or algorithm that you can use to find out square roots of non-perfect squares, and I will put that on an extension video, but it's not something you need to know for this year, but it might be kind of fun to check it out and then to have that strategy as well. Okay, thanks for watching and see you next time.